again. Oh.
Alright, so now it shows that we're streaming live.
Okay, we're back. So, I don't know if you guys saw this earlier or not. Whoops. But we are preparing for a jar swap, which is basically where you have a certain number of people, in this instance we have 12, that come together, and each person brings 12 jars of the same ingredient. So that our jar is tomatoes. So we bring 12 jars of tomatoes, and somebody else will bring 12 jars of cabbage. Somebody else will bring 12 jars of whatever, and then you basically swap. So you go home, you come with 12 jars of the same ingredient, and you go home with 12 jars of 12 different ingredients, and you can use that then to prep for your week. So we're preparing for that. So I'm having the tomatoes, and the reason I'm having them and not dicing them is because they will last longer if they're only cut once as opposed to being cut multiple times. So then if I need to use them, I will just grab out what I need, and then I can dice them to whatever size I need. And that will make my weekly food prep much easier. So in a few minutes, Carl can show you what he's doing to fill the jars, but I am just dicing them. And this is our first actual attendance of the jar swap. We've heard about him and seen it and think it's a good idea, but our schedules never really worked for us to go, and so this is the first one that it works for us to go to. So we're gonna attend this one and then try and put together some in our local area. If you are not local and are interested in learning more about jar swaps, you can send us a message and we will try and put together some information. Maybe we'll blog about it, Carl. Maybe we'll blog about it, and then we'll in the blog we'll put together the instructions on how you can host your own jar swap. Yeah, we'll do that. So we got this handy dandy jar filler for wide mouth jars. And Carl's going to show you. We got this on Amazon. Carl's going to show you. I think it's for.
Again, it wasn't in the frame. Show it down below.
I think it's just for canning. I'm not really sure, but it works great for filling these jars. So Carl will show you how he's going to use that. I use it when I make my almond milk, and I just put it in my glass container, and that way I can kind of be splashy with my almond milk, and it still goes in the container it needs to go in. So that's nice. As you can tell, it's raining here, so it's a great day for jar prep and food prep for the week. I'm trying to decide what else we might make today. I don't know. I've been craving oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. I wonder if today's a good oatmeal chocolate chip cookie day.
Why wouldn't it?
I don't know. So I'm just cutting these, and basically we got red tomatoes, and then we just got some different colored tomatoes. Just having different colors, even if it's the same fruit or vegetable, is good. Because the different colors give you different nutrients. So even though this has different nutrients than the red one has in it, because the color is different, so having a variety of colors in your diet is very helpful. These I like. These are like purpley tomatoes. I like those a lot. They're kind of purpley inside. They're very yummy.
I can't figure out what link to share now.
Are we still live?
Yeah.
Okay. Carl's figuring out our technical difficulties. You'll have to bear with us. But hopefully you guys will enjoy watching me eat diced tomatoes. It's kind of fun. Planning ahead makes cooking a lot easier during the week. So having some of this stuff pre-diced and if you're like, okay, well I'm gonna dice, I need some onion. If you just go ahead and dice your whole onion, or at least chop it up into bigger pieces, then the dicing is a lot less time consuming when you need it in the middle of the week. Alright, I guess we can chop these. We'll finish chopping these and then see how many more we need to fill our 12 jars. If you notice, I'm being very careful about cutting, that I keep my other fingers way out of the way so that I don't chop my fingers. So I'm only talking back here. Can you see them now? So I'm only having to make sure those 2 fingers and the other fingers
I
are.
don't know what you're trying to see. All I can see is the cutting board.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to figure out how to show you later, but.
Now I can see it.
Okay, so, excuse me. Sorry, let me just wash my hands really quick here. So what I was trying to say was, so if you'll notice when I'm cutting, I use these 2 fingers, and these fingers are way out of the way so that I don't risk cutting them. And I just go straight down like this, and it keeps my fingers safe from being cut. If I was chopping something, I would make sure my fingers were rolled underneath, and then I cut the knife against my knuckles. So if I was chopping something, I would have my fingers rolled in like this, and I would be chopping with the knife up against my knuckles, and that would keep me from chopping off the ends of my fingers. But in this case, I just keep my other fingers way out of the way. I think Carl's filling the bowls. If you can see what he's doing, I don't know if you can, but
See from the other camera, actually.
yeah. So he's gonna fill the bowls, and I'm just gonna keep chopping with my fingers safely away from the knife.
If you did cut yourself, we could take the 360 camera down to the ER.
We could, but
360 camera view of getting your fingers in there.
but I'm not planning on doing that. I'm being very careful. Very careful.
Yeah, could put a few more in some of those. And they'll be done.
All right.
About halfway there.
Okay. So I'm gonna wait and chop any more than until we see how more we need, because I might not need any more. So I'll take this jar and show you. So this is what our jars look like, and we'll try and shove a few more in there, and then we'll put the lid on them, and then we'll put them back into this box and put them in the refrigerator. And tomorrow we'll transport them, and then tomorrow we'll come home with 12 jars that are all different. So we'll have one tomato and other jars that are different. So, yeah. Here's the next. So this one looks like it's probably ready to eat. So all I did was just put the little sealer thing in it and then put the lid on it. And it looks just like that, and I will put it in the refrigerator and then it will be ready to go. So you can use jars for anything. You can make salads in them and take them in your lunch, and then you can we'll wash that jar. The one important thing about jar swapping that I forgot is you need to label your jars of when they were cut so that you know. So we'll use some masking tape and label it with today's date, so that we know that they were cut today. That way, if you end up with more than one jar of tomatoes, you would know which one to use first. Use the oldest ones first. So,
Alright.
all right, that's how you prepare for jar swap. Don't put it in the refrigerator because it doesn't go. There's a black sharp marker somewhere.
If I can find the end of the tape.
Right, let me wash this one. Right, should we stop it?
Yeah, go ahead.
How am I gonna do it? Just hit record.
The one that's streaming.